What's going on, y'all? Thanks for checking in with Callie. Please like, subscribe. Maybe it's just me, but it just feels like everybody's waiting for the Clippers to collapse. Everybody's waiting for the Clippers' downfall. You remember when, of course, about a week or two ago, when they lost to the Lakers, and everybody made a big story about the Lakers having a 21-point comeback on the Clippers. And some were saying that they are, definitely contenders. Shannon Sharp, especially, he's definitely a LeBron apologist all the time. It utterly makes me sick sometimes listening to him talk, especially when it comes down to LeBron and how much he's the GOAT and all this type stuff. I mean, I just haven't seen more of a dick rider than Shannon Sharp ever. I mean, it's just pathetic. But either way, my point is, I just feel like the media is just waiting for them to collapse or it all come falling down on the Clippers so they can just say that they were right. They knew all along the Clippers going to clip, the Clippers are going to fail and all these things. And, it's just one of those type feelings I have because honestly, that's really the way it is. A lot of people will sit there and try to give Clippers credit throughout the year, but it was really like credit on the sly. Like when you hear Stephen A. Smith these last few months talk about the Clippers and stuff, he would say things like, oh, I can't believe I'm talking about the Clippers as the team. I can't believe this. I can't believe that. It's just like nobody really wants to give the Clippers any credit based upon, how good they've been this year. They've been on a little bit of a downslide here lately, a little roller coaster, I would say, not really a downslide, but the roller coaster they've been on lately, I mean, it's fixable. I'm not saying it's not, but they have to hurry up and fix things as quick as possible and stay healthy as possible to be able to fix things. So that's where it's really going to come down to. And when you look at their team, they got, they got good defensive players. They got a lot of pieces. They got a lot of things that they need to win a championship. And they just got to have guys step up and play more angry, play more aggressive, play more hungry, and play more, decisive, play more with their back against the wall, that sense of urgency, because it goes a long way when you're trying to win championships. And it goes a long way when, when your ultimate goal is one thing and everybody on the team believes that. You see what I'm saying? So, and, one thing, too, I think we also have to take into account, and even myself at times, the Clippers, they are an older team, but they also could be saving a little bit of their energy for the playoffs because, I mean, the fact that they are an older team, the fact that they actually have, older players, compared to some in the league, they have to really try to, do things in a way where, they can monitor their energy and keep everything on the up and up. So when the playoff time comes, they'll be fully ready and, well rested enough to go into the playoffs and make that deep run, because I definitely think that the Clippers sometimes they're not showing all their strengths. I mean, because I feel like the way Ty Lue could use the big man system that he has, Plumlee, Tice, and Zubac, I feel like the way he can use them could be a little bit better, a little bit sharper. But maybe, hopefully, Ty Lue is actually saving some of those surprises and how he's utilizing them in certain ways, in certain defensive aspects. Maybe he's saving some of that for the playoffs, or at least we hope that he is. Because if he isn't, then the playoffs could be a tough situation for the Clippers, and it could be a situation where the Clippers could find themselves in a lot of dog fights in the playoffs rather than, maybe getting some gentleman sweeps and kind of like moving on to the next round and like kind of saving some of their energy, preserving some of their energy for the next opponent. So, I mean, it could be situations like that. And, of course, we haven't seen probably the best of Kawhi, of course, because, Kawhi definitely he unleashes the dragon in the playoffs. He always does. And he turns it up to a notch that other players just don't match. I mean, I can remember the last time I seen him, in the playoffs last year. I mean, he looked like those two games against the Phoenix Suns. He looked like the best player in the playoffs. He really did. I mean, just a 2-game span. And then a couple years before that, before he got hurt with the ACL injury in the playoffs, I mean, he was looking like the best player in the playoffs. I mean, throughout the first round, going into and midway of the second round before he got hurt against Utah. So, I mean, like, we know what Kawhi is going to do. The only thing I said before is I need Harden and Paul George to pick it up. I need them to be consistent. I don't need them to try to be the hero and go out there and drop 40 and take 30 shots and miss, 20 of the shots, or something like that. But, I need them to be consistent. And that's what the Clippers' success is really going to come down to. You know what I'm saying? It's not really going to come down to Kawhi being Kawhi, because everybody knows how consistent he really is and how he usually is. Nobody's really worried about his consistency. Everybody's worried about the other star players on there. And if those guys show up, I mean, like I said, it can make all the world difference. I mean, you looked at the game the other night against the Houston Rockets. Kawhi was out there on the island scoring by itself. And then, James Harden kind of picked it up. And then Paul George picked it up late third in that fourth quarter. And that's what took the Clippers over the top. That's what put them over the top, because Paul George and James Harden had 21 points apiece. Kawhi had 28 points and 7 assists. You see that balance, and that's what I said. If they have that balance amongst each other, then, I mean, the situation is a whole lot more fruitful for the team, because they will play a lot better and they will be damn near unbeatable. Because like I said, they can get 20, 19, 20 points consistently from Paul George and, Harden and/or, Russell Westbrook when he comes back. Well, that makes all the world difference, because Kawhi is going to be Kawhi. So it's like if he gets the 19, 20 points from those two, or two out of the three of the other guys, and Kawhi just being himself, and everybody's playing on one accord that way, and the big men are playing in the form of fashion that they can, well, the Clippers are going to be a tough out. They're going to be hard to beat. They really are. So, I mean, it's just really going to come down to that, and, everybody being healthy and the consistency. But I feel like even though a lot of naysayers are probably looking for the Clippers to have a downfall, I really hope the Clippers prove everybody wrong. I really do, and I really hope they stay healthy enough to put the world on notice, and keep everybody at odds and say, yeah, keep doubting us, because we're going to be at the top before long. And I feel like that's the mindset the Clippers need to have if they want to win the championship.